Alright, so for today's class we are going to be working in Command. Right now I am at the Command sign-in page. You can access this by going to agent.kw.com, and your login information is actually the same as your MyKW login information, so the same username and password. So I'll give you guys a moment to get signed in. I'm going to sign in as well. And once we do that, that's going to bring us into our Command homepage. So before we jump into Lead Accelerator and Sketchhouse, we want to make sure that all of our settings are good to go first. So to do this, we're going to go up to the top right. I'm in Scott's account, and I'm going to click on Scott's name. And from here, I'm going to click Settings. Alright, this brings us into our Applications page where we can see all of our connected apps. There are some specifically for the Lead Accelerator that you'll want to have hooked up for that to work in the best possible way. So on this page, if you scroll down, you can see your connected apps up at the top. So these are ones that we currently have set up. I'm just going to point out the ones that are relevant to today's class. So you can see we have our Facebook connected. There's a couple different options for connecting your Facebook. Please note that for this, there isn't a way to pull over your Facebook contacts. This is really just for the Lead Accelerator. So you can see this one, it says Facebook, and then in parentheses, post scheduling. So in Lead Accelerator, there is a feature that allows you to schedule social media posts, very similar to Hootsuite. So if you are interested in using that, we'll be going over that today. You'll want to make sure that this is hooked up. You want a MailJet account hooked up for your neighborhood nurture. We're not going to actually set that up today. Let's see, MailChimp. You do need a MailChimp account set up and linked to Command for your email campaigns, and we'll be going, are we going over that today? Actually, I don't think we are. I'm sorry guys, all my classes are very similar. So MailChimp, you'll want that hooked up. I'm just going to keep going down. So these ones down here are definitely more relevant for today's class. Post scheduling, again, Twitter. If you have a Twitter account you're using for business and you want to schedule your posts, all you'll need to do is go over to the right and click on Connect Account. And basically it just walks you through and you sign in, and then it will connect your Twitter to Command. I don't actually want to connect my Twitter, so I'm going to exit out of that. Other ones that you might want linked for today's class would be down at the bottom. Facebook, you can also create Facebook ads and Twitter ads and Google AdWords. So if you are interested in doing that, you'll need to make sure that these are linked as well. So these are the main ones for today's class for the Lead Accelerator. I also want to jump over to our marketing profile. Before we create any marketing materials, we do want to make sure that our information is up to date. Just so you don't have to update it individually on every single piece. So I'm going to go over to my Command settings. Nope, I'm going to go to Connect settings. Click on that, and then down below you'll see that marketing profile appears. You can click on that option. And now we're brought to our marketing profile. So this is the information that's going to generate on your marketing materials that you create. So we really want to make sure that this is up to date. We have a spot for a photo and a team logo. These do need to be a square image. They recommend 360 by 360. If not, it will upload, but sometimes it'll kind of distort your face. So you want to make sure that this is a perfect square. Down below, my details, anything with this little red star would be required, so you need to add in your first name, last name. Additional information would be agent license number, team, your designations or credentials, a bio. Required are a mobile phone number and an office phone number. You can also add in a fax. You should have your email and your marketing website on here. If you have a DBA logo, you can add that here. And then your market center information. Please make sure that you add in your market center address and not your home address. Down below, legal footer, and then links for social media. And then this information here, the Facebook pixel and ads and Google Analytics, this would be for the new command site that's coming out later this month. And then down below, you will want to make sure that this is added in, your KW branded app link. On some of these marketing materials and email pieces, there is a link that says click here to download my app. So you'll want to make sure that this is added in so people are redirected to your custom app. So once this is all good to go, you can hit save and this will update right away. If you have gone through our process and done a questionnaire, we will have set this up for you. So you won't have to worry about that too much, but if you ever want to update anything, maybe you got a new email, new photo, what have you, this is where you would go to update that information. All right, so we are going to jump into it. We're going to go over our lead accelerator first today. So from this page that we're currently on, we're going to go over to the left and we're going to click on this little megaphone button. It says campaigns. It's also called the lead accelerator. So we can go ahead and click on that. So I think my brain just stopped working for a second. We are going to be going over the campaigns. So you would want to make sure that your MailChimp and your MailJet accounts are linked up in that first page that we went over. So this is the lead accelerator. There are a few different things that we can go over and create through this section. We can create paid campaigns, emails, so email campaigns and send out individual emails, direct mailers, and social posts. So before you set anything up, if you are going to be doing any paid work in here, anything you have to pay for, you'll want to go up here first to payment information. And you can actually add in your credit card. So for example, if you are setting up any ads, like down below we can see anything that is using payment information. So if you are going to be paying for ads or sending out mailers, what have you, you'll have to have that credit card added in first. So this is where you would go. You would just click create new and it'll add in that credit card for you. We're going to jump back to the paid campaigns, that first page I was on, and we'll just jump into it. So this is different. We say campaigns, but I do want to point out that this is different from those original campaigns that you had in eEdge. We do have a feature similar to that in Command. That'll be under emails, which we'll go over next. But paid campaigns, these are actually advertising campaigns. So paid ads that you're creating for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Google AdWords. So on this current page, you can see information about campaigns that you currently have set up. It looks like this is loading. Let me see if I can get it to refresh. All right, so it looks like that section down here is acting a little funky, but up at the top, it'll show you how many campaigns you have running, how many are active within the last 30 days, how many impressions and leads captured, and then the total spent. And then down below, if this were to load, you could see all of your campaigns that you currently have set up, whether they are running, they are completed, or they are in the draft mode. So you'd be able to see like what the campaign was called, a preview of it, the status, whether it's active or paused or just a draft, how long it's going to run, information about like clicks and leads captured, things like that. And then can it scroll? Yes. The total spent and your goal. So this will probably make a lot more sense since we can't see it once we jump in and start creating the ad. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so to create anything new within the lead accelerator, we're just going to go up to the top and click the create new button. And we have a few different choices here. We have social ad, a Google ad, a social post, direct mail, or an email. So any of these options over here on the top, you would just click create new and then it will give you the choice here. So we're going to create a social ad first. So I'll go, oh, it loaded. So I just want to show you guys this real quick. Yeah, so down below you can see information about your ads that you have running. So these are ones I created in the past. So I just wanted you guys to see that. We're going to go back, click create new. And then we're creating a new social ad today. So I'll go ahead and click on that. All right, it says enter a campaign name. So today I'm going to create an ad to advertise a listing. So I would probably title the campaign the address of the listing. So what I'm going to do is, if I were you, if I were an agent, I would go pull up my website and pull up my listing on that website and start to pull information from there. So I pulled up, this is a group that we work with. I'm going to just go ahead and, oh no, what's it doing? Pull up one of their listings. They always have really beautiful listings, so I like to use them as an example. All right, so let's say I want to advertise this listing. So I'm going to go over to my campaigns and enter the campaign name. I'll call this 3842 Summers Lane. And then my goal is to advertise the listing, so I'll go ahead and select that. And then if I scroll down, it asks, where will your campaign run? I have the option for Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. So you can select more than one. Oh, well, you got to make sure it's connected first. It says this channel is not connected. Do you want to do it now? If I did want to hook this up, I could click yes, and it'll basically just have me log in, and then it'll link that Twitter. Instagram is through your Facebook, so you wouldn't have to add that in on that first settings page we were on. It should just be linked here. I'm just going to create a Facebook ad. One thing to note, we did have this question somewhat recently. Say you only select Facebook and you go in and start making the ad, and then you think, oh, actually I do want to run this on Instagram as well. Once you're in it, there isn't a way to add that again, like add Instagram onto this ad you're already creating. You would have to either start over or create a new ad just for Instagram. But it's super easy. It's not a big deal if you do have to start over or just create another one. But I did just want to point that out. So I'm just going to choose Facebook, and then I'm going to click Set Up Campaign. All right, so here it then brings you to a KWLS page. So if you have the listing in KWLS, you should be able to find it on here, and then it'll start to pull information for you. So right now it's saying no records found because it's only showing my listings, which Scott is not a realtor, so he doesn't have any listings. So I'm going to change this to all listings, but if you are if you are a realtor, which you are if you're watching this class, most likely, if you had this page just pull up, it would probably show, it should show your listings here. For Scott, I'm going to switch this to all listings. Maybe you're working on somebody else's listing that you're hosting an open house for, or what have you. You can switch that, and then you can actually start to search. So let's see if we can find this. 3842 Summers. I start typing that in and hit search. There it is. It's not showing the photos though. So this is a new listing for them within the last 24 hours, so that could be why the photos aren't here yet, but I'm just going to go ahead and select that. Cool. All right, so now this page now that KWLS page exited out, this is the page where we are creating the campaign. So basically what we're going to do is you just go through these little options. It's almost like a checklist over here on the left, and then it's going to start building your ad over here on the right. Oh, perfect. So what this did, since I was able to select the listing from the KWLS, it did pull in some of the information. So I think if it had a photo, that would be plugged in here, but you can see it did pull in that property description, and then I'm sure it pulled in the link as well. So what we're going to do, name and goal is already added in. Our name and our goal is the property address, and the goal is to advertise a listing. We selected the listing from KWLS. You can see these little boxes are checked off, And now we can start to create the ad. So I'm going to click on Add Copy. This is basically the content. And I'm going to start adding this in. There's a little note, keep your text short, clear, and to the point to get your message across. Talk about any exciting landmarks or amenities nearby. I love that they give you these little like tidbits of advice. So a headline, I would probably say, okay, we have 100 characters that we can add in for this. So what I'm going to do is, let's see how many characters we can get out of this. Their first sentence of this property description is pretty perfect. Usually I would do something like amazing new listing in Thompson Station or something like that. Oh, cool. All right, so I'm going to use that as my headline. I just pulled the first sentence. Gorgeous custom-built home located in the highly desirable Tollgate Village is move-in ready. And I'm going to take that out. And then for the main copy, you can see that that puts that above the photo. So you can have up to 250 characters. So I'm going to go back over to their property description on the website and see if I can finish this sentence off. Let's see if I can just add the rest. Chip and Joanna Gaines would love this house. That's so cute. All right, so I'm going to add in that. Perfect. All right, so it wasn't able to pull the whole description, but I think that's a good note to end on. Chip and Joanna Gaines would love this house. All right, so I added in the main copy. Like I said, basically I'm just pulling out parts of the property description to put in here, and you can see it is starting to build my ad. This would be the headline, so what they call it, headline, gorgeous custom-built home, yada yada, and then the property description up above. So this looks good to me. I'm going to hit save, and we can keep chugging along. So now we're going to open up this Facebook section. So sometimes for Scott's account, at the end when I go to create this ad, it may say that the Facebook account isn't linked up. So I'm just going to cross my fingers and hope that works. Because for him, we manage a lot of different Facebook accounts, so sometimes it's a little tricky for ours. But as long as you're linked up through that section in the beginning that I went over, you should be good to go, and it should show here which Facebook account. All right, now there are some questions. Our ad type, this is asking if we're looking for awareness or Facebook lead ad, and then the ad content. We can use a photo or a video. It didn't pull over a photo from MLS, so I'm going to go ahead and add one in. So I'm going to just save this one off the website. Maybe. Sorry guys, my computer's old. There we go. 3842 Summers. I gotta say though, so it's a little slow, but this dinosaur MacBook, it should have passed a long time ago, but it's doing well. We're hanging in there. We've been together for 9 years almost. All right, so images. I'm going to click on this little plus sign and add in my image. Like I said, I can add in a photo or a video. So if you have maybe a virtual tour you want to add in, that would be great as well. I'm just going to add in the main image, property image for this. Drag and drop or browse your files. I wonder if I can drag it. Oh, that was very easy. Awesome. If you were to hit browse, it would just bring you into your folders and you can choose the image from your computer. All right, so I added in my photo. I'm going to click next. There we go. I think it says you can add in multiple, but it says they recommend you use no more than 5. I'm just going to use the one. You can see over here and preview your ad. It's starting to look pretty good. And now we can focus on the targeting. So you can target your database. So I think by that they mean your Facebook friends, not your command database, because those two are not linked. Or you can set a custom audience. I wonder, can you do both? You can do both. Okay, so when I selected target my audience, it says database audience. I actually have not done this before. Select audience. Let's look at this. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I guess I have to be honest with you, I don't understand how this would be linked because this does appear to be targeting your command database because it looks like when you go in here and you do create new audience, you can, I guess this is based on your tags, which is similar to your groups like they had in eEdge. So I guess you could click superheroes, call this list superheroes, and then it must somehow be linked. So if these people are also your Facebook friends, because this is a Facebook ad, so I'm guessing it must somehow know that if these people are also in your Facebook friends list or they follow your, I'm just not sure. It must somehow target these people if you have their email information and that's also what their Facebook is set up for. Okay, so I'm gonna skip that because honestly I'm not 100% sure how that works. But when I click on that, it does seem to, it's pulling from my command database. I'm just not totally sure how that links to command. So for me, I'm just gonna choose a custom audience. I'm not sure how that links to Facebook, how the two are somehow meeting each other. So I'll just choose a custom audience and I'll get more information on this for next time. I apologize, guys. If you are working on this, definitely shoot us an email or give us a call and we will try to actually break this down and get more accurate information. But you can also set a custom audience. So this house is in Thompson Station, so I would probably want to advertise for people within a radius of that area. So if I go to location, let's see. Yeah, so this has, on Scott's account, has given me trouble. I should be able to type in Thompson Station and then it would pull that. Let me see if I can do it with the zip. 37179. No, okay, so it's saying check your internet connection. This must be just acting a little funny still, but I would be able to add in the location and then add in a radius, so 20 miles within Thompson Station. You can also target by interest. I like to use the example, like say this house was in a golf club, like on a golf course or something. You can go in here and type in the interest golf. Or you can hit browse and it'll show you all of the options. So I think if I scroll down, there should be like a sports section. So you can scroll through here and see like whatever you think might be relevant to people who might want to buy this house, you can find that here. So I'll say sports car. Oh, maybe starter home. I don't know. This doesn't really look like a starter home. It's pretty nice. But you get the idea. You can scroll through here and find interests that would be relevant to people you want to target this ad toward, and you can add them in. And now I'm going to hit save. Yeah, so this is going to give me some problems. So I'm going to turn this off because it's not allowing me to choose the location. I'm just going to turn the targeting off and hit save. Okay, yeah, so for Scott's account, it does kind of give me some trouble because for some reason it's saying that we don't have any business pages connected. So I would have to go through this process and click connect a new account. I'm just going to skip that and minimize this. But for you, as long as everything is set up properly, you should be able to breeze through that, no problem. And then add destination link. So when somebody clicks on this ad, where do you want them to go? So I'm going to choose that I want them to go to this page on my website so they can learn more about the listing. And then hopefully they will hit one of these buttons, go see it, start an offer, whatever you have on your page, get more info, and then that'll put them in touch with you. So this is going to be my link. I'm going to link to this specific page. And then you need to add in a link description. They have an example, you could be coming home to this. Shuffle, is this going to give me another one? Oh, this is new. Cool. Schedule a private tour with me today. View photos and videos of this home. You can, okay, that's really cool. So I'm going to do this one. View photos and videos of this home. So the cool thing is Command, they're still working on a lot of things. So as you can see, some things are still like a work in progress, but then other times, like I had not seen that little shuffle button before, so they're adding in cool new features all the time. So just keep that in mind. And then the Facebook link button, so this is basically what they're going to click to get taken to that link. We have the option for learn more, sign up, contact us, or apply now. I'll just leave that on learn more, and I'll click save. Awesome, and then budget and duration. This is basically how long do you want this campaign to run for and how much do you want to spend. They say at least a week, but no longer than a month. So I'll just leave this here. This is 10 days, October 12th through the 22nd. And then you can choose how much money you want to spend. So the minimum, I believe, is $1 a day. So if I put in $10, it'll run for $1 a day. And I can click save. There we go. So let's pretend that there's a pretty little green checkbox here. Once this is good to go, you can see our beautiful ad over here. We can then either click Save Draft or Publish Campaign, and then this will start running. I'm going to go ahead and click Save as Draft, and that'll bring me back over to our campaigns page. And once this loads, you'll be able to see it down below. Oh, there we go. There it is. And once this was running, we would be able to see basically how it's doing. All right, so chugging right along, that's our paid campaigns. We're now going to go over to emails. Click on emails at the top. So this section is a little more similar to the email campaigns in eEdge. So if you're familiar with those, this is kind of like Command's version of that. But through this, we can use the command email templates to send out really cool, beautiful emails to your database. So down below, you can see any of the email campaigns you have set up, the name, the status, the date sent, how many people opened it, clicked it, and how many bounced, and then the goal. So if I wanted to create a new email, I can go up to the top and click Create New. And I'm going to choose the option for email. All right. So same sort of thing. We're basically going to work through this and follow the prompts, and it's going to set up a really cool email for us. So up at the top it says campaign goal. You can change this whether it's advertise listing, attract listing. Oh, we got a question. Attract talent, brand awareness, event awareness, attract buyers, or other. I'm just going to keep on advertising a listing. MailChimp is not letting me so I would say email us. If you can send us your MyKW username and password as well as your MailChimp username and password, we can take a look and hopefully get that linked up for you. Send that to support@scottleroymarketing.com and we should definitely be able to help out. All right, so it says campaign, but what we're basically doing is just sending out a one-time email. So that's the main difference with these. In eEdge, their campaigns are a series of emails, which you can do through command, but you basically have to go through and set up each email individually. So right now I'm going to create an email for my listing. Campaign name, I'm going to again do the listing address. Whoop, that's not how you spell that. Select account. So this is actually where MailChimp is coming into play. So this is my MailChimp account. It's set up under this email, so I'd want to select that. It should already just be selected for you. Who are you sending this campaign to? So this is pulling your MailChimp contacts. So I'm going to choose one of those. And again, we're just working through and checking off these little boxes or bubbles. Who is sending this campaign? You would put in your name. And then if anybody replies, what email would you like those replies to go to? You can add in your email here. Subject. So let's say I'm going to do like an open house. So I'll say open house this Saturday. That is the subject line for my email. And now we need to add in the content. So it's saying select a design template for your email. I'm going to click this button here that says apply design. All right, so this is where Sketchhouse comes into play, and we're going to be going over Sketchhouse real soon. But right now it's showing us different email templates. We're looking at the Keller Williams templates right now. You can also switch this up at the top right to My Templates, and it'll show you any templates that you've created. So you can kind of do this like in either order. You could go to Sketchhouse first and create an email piece and then plug it in. Or you can go to the KW templates and then set it up while you're here. So you can see there's a few different ones in here. Things about buyers, sellers, Keller Mortgage, happy birthday, event invitation. There's some just sold. I know there's some new listing coming soon. Just listed. I'm going to do open house. So I'm going to choose this open house blue template. So whatever email you're trying to create, just go ahead and click on the option. And then basically what it's going to do is walk you through to set up this email. So you can see a preview of the email over here on the left. You can add in, and then all of this over here is plugged in from that marketing profile we went over at the beginning. So it should be up to date, but you can update this if you need to. So it plugged in our agent license number, that footer, the market center information, our photo, our logo, our contact info. So again, really important to make sure that marketing profile is set up, because then you just don't even have to do this, which is awesome. Website designations, it adds in our social media links. You can see over here on the left. And then the main thing we want to do for this specific piece is add in the property details. So you can go through and manually add that in, but with KWLS hooked up, you can just click select property. And it's going to allow me to just plug this in automatically. So right now it's only showing my listings, which I do not have any, so I'm going to switch to all listings and search the property again. Select. So now let's go ahead, you can see it plugged in the information. If I click Update Preview, you can see it started to plug in the information. So I am thinking that maybe these templates are not fully ready yet, some of them, because an issue that I've run into in the past and I'm still running into, it says enter the property description. It should be pulling the property description from KWLS, but it's not. And unfortunately, over here on the right, there isn't a place to add that in. So if you are creating any of these, and then anything with these little parentheses or percentage symbols, that's meaning it should be plugging that in automatically for you. So I would just keep an eye out. Obviously, a lot of these templates are working and they're really cool and really good looking. But I would just go through and make sure if you are creating any of these, make sure it doesn't have any of this kind of funky stuff, like enter the property description. So just make sure you're not sending out something that's maybe not complete or you're not able to update, because it looks like this is not an option yet. But I'm just going to keep chugging along and create this piece. So I think the only thing we need to do, since it pulled in everything else, is add the photo. So I'm going to click here to select property photo or upload new photo. I can search the KWLS, which it didn't have my photo, so I'm going to click this plus sign. And then I'm going to upload the photo from my computer. There we go. Hit next. Where'd it go? Not sure why. Oh, okay, well that is not currently working. It should plug that in and then allow me to crop it. It's definitely there. Okay, so this is acting a little funky today, but it should plug in the photo and then we would be able to crop it to a square and then plug it into the email, which I believe it would go like right up here. But I'm just going to keep showing you guys so you get the general idea. It's basically just super easy. You just go through these questions over on the right and then it will create this email for you. So let's pretend that this is all good to go. Once everything's filled in, I can click Apply Design. And this is basically what it's going to send out. So you can see the preview on the right. You can save this as a draft, preview it. I would probably send it to myself first just to see what it looks like, what it's going to look like when it goes out. I don't actually want to send this to this email list, so I'm going to click Save as Draft. And then save and exit. So I can always come back to this at a later time and send it when I'm ready. Alright, you do also have the option to create direct mail. So these are kind of like I think it's called Every Door Direct kind of postcards. So these, you don't actually send them to your database. We're hoping that they add in that feature soon. This is basically like almost like farming postcards. So you create the piece and then it'll allow you to choose a neighborhood and how many houses you want to send that to. So we're not going to go over this today, but if you guys are working on this is something you're interested in setting up and you're having trouble, let us know. We should be able to assist you, but we're going to jump over to social posts. And just finish this up real quick before we go to our Sketchhouse. So this is similar to Hootsuite if you've used that before. You can link up your social media accounts and then schedule posts. We like to do this. I think it's a really good idea to work on your posts one day before the week gets started, and then we like to say set it and forget it. You can set them up and then they will just run and post out during the week, and then you won't have to worry about it and spend, however much time during the week setting up those individual posts. You can just set them up maybe on a Sunday and then they'll run for you. So right now it's showing our whole week, and if you scroll down you can see if we had posts they would be under here based on the dates. If I wanted to create a new one, we're going to hit that Create New button again, and this time choose Social Post. All right, now we're creating a Facebook post. Over here, you would be able to choose your different outlets. We have Facebook, Scott Leroy Marketing. And I'm just going to keep on going with this listing. So what would you like to share? I'll say new listing in Thompson's Station. Add in the property description. You can see it's starting to build my post over here. I can upload a photo, a video, and add a link. So I will add a photo here. I'm sorry guys, I'm going to go just a little quick because this is pretty similar to what we've already done. We can add 1 to 4 images. I'm going to add a link as well. Link this back to the listing on my website. And I want to say this is new, this add a link. I don't think that was there the last time I taught this class. So while that is validating, we can scroll down. It says when would you like to post. You can publish immediately or schedule it. Let's say I want this to go out tomorrow. Oh, it's already there. I clicked on this calendar button. I can choose the date on the calendar as well as the time. And then once you do that, I think there's not like a save button, you just click out. There we go, and it'll save. All right, so actually when you add in the link, it replaces that image. So just keep that in mind. So now it added in the link to the listing, which is what I would recommend and what we do. It does look funky, but I think when it's actually posted, this won't be so zoomed like that. Anyway, you can schedule the post ahead of time and then select the pages down here. And then you hit schedule post, and then once we hit this date and time that we selected, this will post automatically for you. So I'm just going to do save as draft. See, this is super easy. You can go through, schedule out all your posts for the whole week, and then you don't have to worry about it. They'll all just post during those times that you selected. All right, so this, once it loads, should show me all of my drafts and when they are scheduled for. But that's going a little slow. So we're just going to keep moving on. I know we're getting close to the end of class today, so I do want to jump into Sketchhouse and just go over a couple things. So over on the left, we're going to go to this little logo that kind of looks like a pad and a pencil. And click on that. It says Designs. This is also called Sketchhouse. So we can go ahead. Oh, here we go. All right, now it's showing my drafts. And then over on Live and Scheduled Posts, you can see, oh, it's not there because it's not live. So I could see all of my drafts over here. If that was scheduled and it was actually going to go out, it would appear here under Saturday. We're going to jump over and click on Designs on the left to jump into Sketchhouse. All right, so on this page it brings us to our design templates. We can see any designs that we have created. You can, oh, it looks like we have 85 different designs that we've done before. You can select email, landing page, social, print, or agent sites to see your different ones. So these are all things that we've created in the past. Today we're just going to go over creating a new piece in Sketchhouse. So I'm going to go down to the bottom right and click on the plus sign. And we can choose what type of template we'd like to create, whether it's an email piece, a social post, or a print piece. Ooh, this is a new option too. So they keep updating things, which is really cool. So I want to create a piece, let's say for Instagram today. I'm going to choose social. And then this is new, import photos and text from a listing. So now let's see, I'm going to hit create template. Yeah, this is new. It looks like, cool. So this, okay, so something you can see it's acting a little funny. Let's see if I can just find like a good listing with a good photo. So this looks like it's acting a little funky. You can see it's kind of giving me weird, like the page just isn't, doesn't look like it's fully formatted yet. So I'm just going to skip that. Oh, and exit out. So I'm not actually going to choose a listing from KWLS, but I think once that is working a little bit better, that would be perfect because then you can create these pieces really easily and have it pull in your property information for you. So right now it's supposed to redirect me to WeBrand, but it looks like maybe since I exited out of there it kind of got messed up. So I'm back on my design templates. I'm going to click plus sign again and then social. And then create template. All right, so sometimes it does ask you to sign back in, which is totally fine. Just use your MyKW username and password and log in. And then once it loads, it's going to bring me into WeBrand. All right, so WeBrand.com. So Command has partnered with WeBrand to give you these really amazing marketing pieces and templates that we have access to. And this looks like it's a little different too. All right, so over on the left you can see all the different templates that we have available. Everything from bold to basics to I love KW to just listed, just sold, Keller Mortgage. These are all different templates that you can create. They're formatted for Facebook, Instagram, your Instagram stories, LinkedIn, or Twitter. So right now I'm just looking at social, but there are also different print pieces. They recently added in a listing presentation template. There's landing pages templates. So all of this you have the option to create through the Sketchhouse and WeBrand section. So today we're just going to go over creating an Instagram template first, but they're all the same sort of feel. So I just like to keep creating about like a listing. So I'll do open house. Oh, is it not going to let me? There we go. Oh, I think because my little recorder, I don't know if you can see that, it won't let me click there. So I'll click just listed. Here we go. So let's say I want to do a just listed post for Instagram. So right now it's showing me just listed templates for Facebook. So these are formatted like in a specific dimension that works well for Facebook. They have ones for Instagram, your Instagram stories. You can see they're all different sizes based on where you're posting them. LinkedIn or Twitter. Let's do Instagram. Actually, I haven't done Instagram stories, so let's do that. This one's really pretty, so I'll choose this one. Click use for whatever template we'd like to create. And then it's going to bring me in, and then I can start to edit this and make changes. All right, so basically what we're going to do is click on the different elements on this to change out the information. So to change out this photo, what we first have to do is add the photo we want to use to our library. So I'm going to click Add to Library over here at the bottom left. So I think for your library, you can only have a few images in here at a time. So if this is full, you would have to delete some of these. And then just choose whichever one has an open plus sign. So I'll click on that. And again, I'm going to select my image from my computer. And now it's been added to my library. So I'm going to exit out of this. So if I wanted to change out this photo, what I'll do is click on that and then go over to my image. And then these arrows here are for replace image. So when I click on that, it's going to swap it out. And then hopefully, no. Let me go back. Oh, undo. Okay, there we go. So I want to somehow move this. What if we do reposition? Aha, okay. So I clicked reposition because you can see it kind of cropped it funny. So when I click on that, it does allow me to reposition the photo within the box it's giving me. So for this isn't a great photo for this one because it's tall and skinny, but I can get like maybe most of it in there. All right, so I did reposition. I made this fit just a little bit better, and I'm going to click done. It's basically going to crop it for me. Same sort of thing up here at the top. You want to add in your logo. Make sure it's added to your library first. This one isn't going to look great because it has a white background. Oh, but we can go ahead and add that in. I want to replace this, but it's not letting me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this one here and hit the little trash can button. Now it's gone. And then when I click on this logo, I can now move it up, drag the corner to make it smaller, and then put it in this box. So it's really simple. I'm basically just clicking on things and moving them around. Some of the stuff you just have to learn the tricks, like to replace the image, you have to go over here, yada yada. So very simple though. Basically you're just clicking and editing. Just listed. Let's go ahead and add in the property information. I'm going to zoom in because this is really small down at the bottom. Scroll down. I'm going to make this box, oh, that made the text bigger. I'm going to hit undo. No. There we go. All right, so when I click on this, there we go. Now I can start to edit this. 3842 Summers Lane. And then this is going to drop that down, so let's see if I can make this bigger. There we go. I'm going to need this a lot bigger because Thompson Station is a long name for a city. And then add in the zip, 37179. There we go, and now I can reposition this. Oh, that's not what I wanted. This one. Oh. Okay, so now when you drag it, when you don't have like the text editor open, it does change the size. So as long as you have it like double clicked in here and you can edit the text, then when you drag it and drop it, it allows you to change the size of the box rather than the text. So I'm going to make sure that this is centered. There we go. This is kind of similar to like Photoshop, where it will provide these like grid lines and then show you if you're centered or not, which is really cool. So that looks good. I added in my photo, my property address. It says just listed, schedule a showing with me. Oh, and then it moved my logo again. So I'm going to put that back. There we go. I'm going to zoom out so we can see this in all its glory. There we go. All right, so this is perfectly formatted for my Instagram stories. Do make sure that you save this. Nothing's quite a bummer as when you create a piece and then something freezes, your computer glitches out, what have you. So I will say Summers Lane Insta Story, and then I can click save, and this will save over into my Save Designs in Command. Alright, so now what I can do is I can hit download. It gives me the option for a JPEG, a PNG, or a PDF. So if you were doing a print piece like a flyer, you would definitely want to save this as a PDF because that'll give you a nice quality piece that you can print. For this one, it doesn't really matter if you do JPEG or PNG. Make sure the quality is nice and high so it's a crisp image, and you can click Start Download. And this will save to your computer. And then you can post it on Instagram. And then I think if you hit share, so for this one you wouldn't really want to do this because this is for Instagram, but if I were to create like a Facebook piece or something for LinkedIn or Twitter, you could add those in here. Because for Instagram, I don't think you can schedule posts. You have to do it directly through their app rather than like a third-party app. But if this was a Facebook image or something, you could click one of these and it would help you post that to your page. But for me, I downloaded this and then I would email it to myself, open it up on my phone, and then add it into my Instagram story. So that is the general idea of Sketchhouse. Like I said, I will just show you some of the print pieces too, so you can see them. I think I have to go back to Command. Yeah, so to switch, so we were in WeBrand in the social section. So if you were in there and you then decided, oh, I want to make a print piece, you do have to go all the way back to Command to basically like switch gears. So I do want to show you just so you can see the different print pieces. So right now I'm back in Sketchhouse in Command. If we were to click on social, there we go. Our new Instagram story is saved there. But I want you to see some of the print pieces because they're really nice as well. So I'm going to click on the plus sign again and then choose print and create template, and then it will bring me back into WeBrand. And you can see there's a ton of templates for print pieces as well. There's actually business cards in here. So just listed, these would be, there are different door hangers, flyers, postcards. There are listing presentations in here now, and these are really beautiful. Neighborhood snapshot. So these are kind of like little newsletter things that you can create. You can add in information based on the specific area that you're working in. They have flyers, door hangers, and postcards. So lots of good stuff. And I think we have shorter individual videos. I know we have one on the neighborhood snap. So if you are interested in this, on our YouTube page, you can just go to youtube.com/ScottLeroyMarketing and search neighborhood snap. And I believe Ariel made a really cool video on these. But I just wanted to give you guys a general idea so you could also see the awesome print pieces on here as well. But that is it for today. So thank you for sticking around through Friday. I do have this class recorded, so we'll have this on YouTube and on our website soon. But if you guys have further questions, definitely feel free to reach out to us either by phone or email. But that is it. So thank you guys again. I hope you enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.